Louise, Ríomhphost said that a credit union is set up by duine sa phobal ar son an phobal.
Cinnte. Sure, spell me the howtogael. And why would we not be members of the credit union when you benefit from dividends rather than profits going to private investors? Isn't that great?
That is really great. And you know what? Ní smó ná sin is féidir le duine chuiristeach ar sin tús agus oireachta áil chomh chéanna.
Girl, I was just about to say it. You know that timp na tíre in Gábhíle is a fethe cahar. This is great. The credit union, they donated 8 million to local communities. Like, go on now and list us out where all the money went.
Okay, well, brunach an tarigid ar Club na Sport, Scoilne, rud ag still Meals on Wheels, Men's Sheds, agus Neart Cúisna eile.
Small actions, big impact. That's credit union for you. It's for communities and not profit.
Take the credit union punkai le tille óla se áil fui hiúntchar na gcred fasa fudfad na tíre agus na seirbhísí a thargaíonn siad.
Credit unions in Ireland are regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
Lads, have you noticed that because it's March, everyone is entering their Gaelga era? Just Eat, have you seen their new Irish ads?
No, go on.
You have. On North and Aiken, Just Eat.
Oh, sorry.
Iconic.
Vision iconic.
Yeah.
You caught me on Ken like Craig David, the one where they're like, oh no, Craig David. That was a crossover we never knew we needed.
We always need a bit of Craig David in our lives. And because it's March, this is the perfect opportunity to be a Caelora Gaelga, Irish, the language, the culture, and do it with some world-class takeaways.
Well, you know, we have partnered with Just Eat to celebrate all these deadly Irish flavours with some selected breakfast and lunch partners. You can enjoy your Just Eat delivery and you can get free delivery with it as well.
I mean, that's what it's all about. And do you know what? We love to indulge here when we're in studio. I love a little centre deli run myself, or getting one of those delicious gorilla toasties delivered to us as well.
Oh, the house there. Or you can even get yourself a bougie lunch with a boojum. See what I did there? Or shack a poke or carved.
Absolutely. Go and enjoy it all right now. Visit Just Eat and treat yourself to something delicious.
Ooh, delish.
Díomh spot Rovgadi, howtogael, lumsa Doireann.
Agus lumsa Louise. Agus fécar an bhirtcuin.
Matching. I know, for fuck's sake, as if people don't mix this up enough.
I know. But you know what? There's actually 4 on sauce the studio agus
For
the photo
reason.
shoot more again.
Yeah.
And the bhirtcuin preachta after prancing around in our little nips out. We needed to wrap up.
That's what me and Louise do when the cameras aren't rolling. We just prance around with our nips out.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to
Well,
tell
I was
you.
desperately trying to get the side boob out.
You were
really
doing
was.
your trying
Yeah.
your damnedest. So
Yeah.
this is post photo shoot of an Irish Examiner.
Will it be out? I can
It'll
wait to show.
be out. It'll be out.
Okay.
It'll be out. Yes.
I hope
exciting.
Will. Yeah, na pics gadas. Do you know, sometimes you take a risk in fashion and you just have to hope. Good night, brilliant amach.
Hope against hope, girl.
Yeah.
Hope against hope. No, how exciting. We'll tá nuacht ar fad amach a méallar ar aontaithe. We've so much to discuss.
We do.
So let's start at the start. Late on Friday. Well, by the time this goes out, the late will have gone out.
I know, I feel like we should do predictions or something and be like, did we get cancelled? Did someone make a fucking idiot of the podcast? Are we still talking? No. Mission now, catastrophising it, Marialis Willemse, hangry.
Yeah.
You know,
Louise is very, very hangry.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're kind of stressed at the minute. You're up the walls. So annach ober siúlagat, and you're kind of cráte.
Do you know what? It's though me, but nothing stresses a gal out like making a rash decision for the clothes she'll wear for a fucking cover shoot of a photo magazine.
No, it was insane. In fairness now,
you know,
like, okay, so Louise went in this morning, ag an nightclub Madden, picked up the outfits Diva, and we literally had half an hour to get ready and do the thing. Yeah. And this is really where you enjoy the process. You love picking out the gorgeous clothes. I loved your outfit.
Yeah, girl, Margaret. I don't know about it, and it's out of sight, out of mind now. But do you know, Rodella, like, if you were if you were a golvu, the ain rod, like a cover shoot, you might get the hair and makeup fresh.
Yeah.
When you're DIYing,
I know.
It's very humbling.
Because it's a DIY job. DIY. Helen saw on howtogael ar Madden.
Although, can we take a nomade or in a zoom alistach our vanrian our manrian fionn? Look at that for a bonnet.
Look at this, lads. The bad blow dry and toner in Paris has been rectified. I'm back, baby. Very excited.
I need to get in with your fella because
he's the best, Philly Willy. I'm telling you, the best. And I drive all the way out to Rathfarnham, Drumcondra, so that I can go to him, and he's just great.
I've got one for you.
Oh, go
this
on.
Is ever going to rattle you, right?
No, not Haber. Cut down.
So this is Godon Air Fod. Now this is a mask on of lighting, lack of self-care, no toners and no blow dry, right?
Oh, go on.
Well, you know the way you often tell the story about getting the pan of your arse on tracks and trails in RTE. This was a very humbling pan of my fucking head on on Today FM at Caragla Amble, right? Now, it was Justin Schlee in the wheelchair agus on Solas Vista Studio. Doireann, look at the colour of my hair in this. Just look, right?
Okay, go on.
Look at the colour. Sorry, it's boy.
Oh,
boy.
It's giving a Garnier home fucking orange. You know the way when you were like 14 and you wanted to do your head of hair and like 14, they wouldn't do it anymore, but in the noughties when people used to go in and buy the home dye kit.
I'm just going to Jane Comperoid now, and I know solace is a great thing.
You have to get the picture of the Olsen tuck in. Fair play. No, we didn't mean overlaid an image in. It's not great. It's very yellow.
It's very yellow.
And it was all yellow.
It was all Coldplay. Actually, that song was inspired.
That was inspired Louise's muse. He wrote about Louise.
I don't know. Yeah, but no, Tom Grant. Like
you're all right.
You know, for fuck's sake,
she's hanging on for dear life, lads. She's hanging on for dear life. But look, you know. Being laying the deck rigging her fad, and as days go, this wasn't the worst of it. Do you remember the last cover shoot that we did in the phone call I got?
No, ni Queenum.
Do you remember?
Sorry, I do. Inside in the letters.
That was so things could be so much worse. We may reveal that story at our live shows, but not for podcasts. You have to come to our live show to hear that story. That's fucking gas.
That is gas.
So late agus an Irish Examiner agus bhí sé go húntaach bhí síbhaling nach das sin agus darímar weng í tá sí fósa siar marchas, and I hope good she went on a holt agus sauce of us, but bhí sé go das to have her back for one night only for another couple of weeks.
That is it. And I suppose as well we'll also have been to London at this point, so
sorry, so much to look forward to. We can't because we have, like, obviously this is going out and we have the weekend, even in the Goberg and Doireann, so we can't. Crazy.
It is crazy, but look, like as our manager said, self-inflicted. He was like, you know, you need to enjoy the things that are self-inflicted. Come on,
yeah,
you know?
I know.
And Dom would have went on Anna Hoopas, and you know what? It is
in between the hangry rows, nervy,
and the jigs and the reels,
and the jigs and the reels. Yeah, the hangry rows and the jigs and the reels.
That's showbiz, baby.
That's showbiz, baby. Yeah. But so then, London and Irish Examiner, and I can't wait to see it. I mean, what a dream to get to guest edit the Irish Examiner magazine.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Gael ar fad. Bhí sé anias. I believe, do the people of Cork try to claim the Examiner as theirs?
It is.
It's the Cork Examiner.
The Cork Examiner, and then turned to the Irish Examiner.
The Cork Examiner.
But the Cork Examiner, I'm not just saying this, is actually my favourite paper. Smaoineamh Gomorrah. Yeah, Smaoineamh Gomorrah.
Edited by a Limerick man from Annie's Ear, but I know he's has moved on.
She'd have to get the fucking Limerick.
Well, because I tell you something, gas. He used to be the editor of the Limerick Leader, and he gave me, I remember when I was starting out, I was going to say retired from teaching. Oh my God, Louise, I'd taken a career break, and he was like, do an old column there called Louise Loves, and it used to be such nonsense, but you know what, seeing something in print, isn't there something about it?
Yeah, it's good. No, it is. Tá sé specialta.
Yeah.
And tá ar shrán nua éire aontaithe a tusnú dtéann beag seo, How to Unite Ireland, Córtha Ceiste, and that has been a wild ride. Tá mí trísh bheith gobar sin ó bhí mí iarraidh ann. So this has been 6 months in the making, in the back burner. He mar síos ag an taglah seo leis an tíiseach in like Dermy na sauna. And we've been sitting on it for a really, really long time and trying to keep our mouths shut about the whole thing, but Tommy Don excited me eile.
Yeah. Agus lever dul, you know, come to dteagmháil and let us know your thoughts as well. Like, that's what it's all about. It's conversation, and it's
yes, and we're all uniting Ireland one podcast at a time.
Sinead, I swear to God, I really wanted to shoot this scene right over there and sitting on this chair here, okay? And like the lights come down.
Story.
Yeah. Gael.
Mial in the Roshti.
Oh, Mial agus the
I was freaking the fuck out because like it's not every day that the Taoiseach comes to your studio, and I was like, should we like? There has to be some kind of pomp and ceremony for the Taoiseach of like coming to your studio to record an episode.
Like, what do you bring the Taoiseach of Ireland? Like,
do you know, like, if you were out, I was like, should we get some biscuits?
Yeah.
Because tá size coffee dock they have them all. So usually when people come, we give them a cup of coffee and a cup of tea, and like there's biscuits and stuff there. But I was like, it was very stressful.
Hánig she anyway, le little net a beag lawn the Roshti. She had oranges in a net. And I since heard that in China, to mark the Lunar New Year, one of the most prosperous things you can give someone for good fortune is a net of oranges.
There you go. There you go.
Ireland is sorted.
Ireland is
During sorted out the financial prospects of Ireland.
But I said that at the end of the interview, we were like, oh, I actually got the oranges especially for you because he doesn't eat biscuits, so she's on a health conscious.
Yeah.
So then the hug sé leis na oranges,
a
bhfuil, which was gas, the Taoiseach driving away in his like fully like Taoiseach car with his little net of oranges underneath.
He was being driven.
Chauffeur, that's the word I was
Rod
looking for.
Una Olver Urim was Keiko tógtha vi therein leis an Taoiseach. Ní raibh méid sú leis therein, and you were a little bit.
He was a very
taken
nice
by
man.
him.
Do you know what? I suppose I'm so. I have so many strong thoughts about a lot of the issues that we have in Ireland, and it's very frustrating. But I wasn't expecting the Taoiseach to be so charming and lovely. And I know, look, take government policy and all of those things out of the equation. Just mar duine is duine an a yes you know, and he is a lovely man, isn't he?
No, bhí sé co-charming.
Really charming.
Agus Larimer, you know, Marialler sport, agus Cleahí imáint agus gacrod, and
a very hard man to interview. He is a fucking well-oiled machine. Now he did say to me afterwards that I was like Claire Byrne. I was fucking thrilled.
He
with
said
that.
you were your mother's daughter.
Oh yeah. It was really good ass. But anyway, all to be heard, Doireann. The first episode drops Doireann. So
n-éisteoirí,
yes. Cad eile ticéadaí fáil trí nascan our bio for our Cork show a rud atá tarlú go hana lua, and I'm buzzing for that, lads. Up the bleeding rebels. God, this is like Cork propaganda.
Yeah, it actually is.
Yeah,
the Examiner,
really.
the Taoiseach, and now the Cork show, the Opera House.
I'll tell you something else though. This is so funny. So being me to trade Gominix the studio meallar an siachán show, because this an siachán show shan siachán is deisha the studio. And I said vi Louise seeing son or Jarnach, and I was like, I'm sitting in the chair now and he about the Ella, because we swap it around. And you wouldn't sit on the little dingy little brown couch? She said no, she wanted her own armchair as well. So
I wouldn't know why I'd be sitting on the brown couch looking over at an empty armchair.
I know. So well, there you go. No, Tana armchairs.
I would say, don't be jealous that you missed a trick.
I know. I absolutely missed a trick. The fucking angles do no favours from that. Anyway, look. Neither here nor there.
Life
here nor there.
Trundles on, girl.
It does. Dinna míad ar níhil. Mata Dugiri round behind the scenes crack agus all that carry on. Join us on our Patreon. Show blasha bilk.
Sinead. Na ceistnear fad.
Yeah. Well, actually, I have one more request. Why is Louise such a dose?
Oh yeah.
Come here. It's actually came in several times. I just near my gearing and ceist her because can't make her soch mean. But
I was born this way, baby.
Yeah.
Neil's come. It's authentically me.
It's authentically you, yeah. She is herself.
I suppose the dose is in the eye of the beholder, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
I think Just Eat might have done the most iconically Irish crossover of all time. And for a limited time only, right, they're giving you 50% off the Owl Humble Spice Bag with selected partners. Oh my God. Well, the Spice Bag is an integral part of Irish culture now. I mean, we've got scalloga, shikeen, onions, spice, peppers. I mean, what's not to love? Sure, if Niamh Padraig was around himself, I'd say he'd have devoured a spice bag. No better man. So, Chorda, whether you're planning a St. Patrick's night in, if you're going to be recovering the next day, or if you just want a rowa tá éasca, something that's easy, you can log on to justeat.ie and you can get your half-price spice bag while the offer's still going. On North Aiken, Just Eat.
Centra's new pizzetta has landed, and safe to say it's the pre-of character of our shopping basket for lower.
Oh, we are talking a square-shaped pizza with proper Italian dough, rich tomato sauce. Like, it's not messing around, Louise. It's pure joy in pizza form.
Pure joy. And on Rud as far is you can rownegg your vibe. So if you're feeling something spicy, you could go for spicy sausage and nuja, or maybe go dreamy with mozzarella and pesto.
Honestly, Tommy Gaffa is féidir leat do pizzetta all inish at your local Centra. How to be a history nerd.
Go on. Do you have it sussed?
I am a massive history nerd. I am.
What's the word? Self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed. Well, not Gavin Dussager history nerd, mate.
I don't know. What have you done history-wise?
Well, a degree in history.
Can you show me your work?
I did a degree in history.
What degree did you do?
I did a degree in Irish and history.
Was history refutation? Fun came agat.
Gaeling agus stair.
Well, ní raibh mé ar an ólas.
Yeah,
Go on.
yeah, agus tá mo PhD like interdisciplinary, so tá sé
So
scríofa
are you does arts in Olive?
Yeah.
We sin on bun came.
No, you may arts UCD.
Oh, and you see.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. And then you may Maastricht, and then you may yeah.
God, there she was going around UCD as the art student.
There you go.
I can
Susan
see
me
you
down
go.
to the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. As if I'd have been anything else. Yeah. But anyway, I digress. I think I'm a massive history nerd because it's Brad and Valet of Meanna and Star.
You can be whatever you want to be, girl.
Exactly.
Go for it. Come
on.
on.
Right. He, him, history, you know.
She's an academic. She's a history nerd.
Yeah, I'm you know,
blonde highlights.
I'm a blonde bombshell and the whole lot. I'm the whole package. Okay, usually people's first foray into being a history nerd in maha space got to start is leon to sifner han tú níos óige, and you get kind of like fixated me aller tréimh sí starre. Rud is a fixated me aller tréimh sí starre.
Do you know on Staris movie going that I can remember when you asked me that was growing up. My parents are from Ballyheigue, and we would go back to Ballyheigue, and in Ballyheigue in North Kerry there is a castle, the ruin of a castle, that would have been a Norman castle built by the Cantons. Okay, so there's this
perfect. I can imagine young Louise.
Yeah, well, and it's actually my dad is like Ríomhphost bhfuil the Hura, and it's close to him. Like I don't know if you're into names. I suppose there's a massive history in that for someone who.
What's in a name?
Well, this is it. I mean, no more than yourself. Like, didn't you make a whole documentary about your grandfather?
Oh, sure,
do you know
absolutely.
What I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Flurry Cantillon now has quite the same. What's the word? Gravitas to be. But Beidir, my dad, anyway, as I said, is the Scríomh Leabhar Faoi Láthair, and that was always my memory of an Stair of Ballyheigue and this like the Norman invasion of Ireland, and going back to that time of your people came from France, from the north of France, and landed in Ballyheigue. Because bhí sé sin an Stair of going, and because on Ballyheigue Beach as well, the castle is on the cliff, on the edge of the cliff, and then there's a big owl statue of Roger Casement on the other side by the car park by the beach. So I suppose as a young person you'd be asking questions, what are these all about? And that was the story, the history we were fed, I suppose, was of that place where we came from. Agus bhí sé sin a going, I suppose that's my earliest memory of being told a story in history that really engaged me and interested me.
Well, I think why I love history so much is because like úsán tú annach de saoíocht. So like bíonn tú léamh scéal and cá tú an down cá tú you know, so it's reimagining in a bhar an down agus ar an tahís down de hagat, and is féile tú hain homa saoil umláin nua, agus Giom sin like Bram Golan sport of winter sin agus sí tasca go che fear chomh. So you've like this imagination or this imaginary world going on in your head, and you know it definitely happened, and you're trying to imagine what it was all like.
Totally.
You know? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Nervy missiony so again I had a few fixations. So I often think my parents must have been radicalising me like with this leabhartha go around mar léamh nervy mirní so again. We had Rosie's. There was a Shra Leabhartha Miala Rosie who used to time travel back to times Stair na Hair, and so she went to the lockout, she was at the 1916 Rising, she went to all these different times, and like Scuilin Bheitha and just oh my god, mind blown. She was like a 12-year-old girl who could like time travel. Yeah, bananas. I was Scuilin Canella a bhíarn Mialler Bualadh who time travelled back to Glendalough when the monks were in Glendalough, and it's just Queenum like being fucking mind blown by that, and then dull a shul teampler Glendalough and just or another one that I had a real fixation was the Russian Revolution and the overthrow of the Tsar.
But like
Anastasia
was massive.
Oh my god, yeah.
I do love the Russian royal family actually.
Yeah.
I will say sorry, neat, but I remember watching a documentary.
No, but they're
all girls.
They were all girls, but
and one son who had the what do you call that blood?
The guy.
He was never going to be.
No, he was hemophilia. The thing where you can't stop bleeding.
Yeah.
And then your man Rostaninoff, was it?
Yeah.
The witch doctor who was kind of trying to no, totally. And Anastasia was so fixated on that, and I used
Rasputin.
Rasputin. That was it, Rasputin.
Yeah.
So no, I was so fixated. I used to like read books about that, and like try to like watch documentaries about Anastasia and the Russian Revolution, and which is actually kind of funny because I've since told that story. I think that when Dev and Harry Boland were over in the States, they actually made friends with all the Russian revolutionaries who overthrew the Tsar, and they had this big exchange because they raised a load of money and they couldn't bring the money back to Ireland, so they and the Russians needed money, so they used the Tsar's jewels as collateral to borrow a load of money from the potential new Irish government. But yeah, I was very uber fixated on that.
And there was Rod Agent, I think, actually with the Russian story, like it was kind of like glamorous because they were real princesses and the diamonds and the fur and all of that. Like, I would think what always sticks with me wherever I read it, or like, please, history nerds correct us if we're wrong, but weren't the Russian royal family murdered, and the women, when they were shot, it took a long time to kill them because they had stuffed all of their diamonds into their corsets to like keep the, because they were running away when they were trapped and shot. So they had to shoot them again and again and again to kill them, and there was the diamonds are nachhfuil. But it's just cuiinlam on Eva sin n-éisteoirí, dúirtas a gur God, it's kind of the saoirach dúsáid agus tú, the diamonds really stuck with me.
Well, Louise, bhí an méadach sin in a tríomh, so there's a sin gras. Ar tú riamh Pompeii, by the way.
Do we? Okay.
Tá sé sin do chreite. Tá sé really do chreite. Like, bhí mé sais. Well, bhíoch na leabhar sin an chumá horrible histories now, right? Because bhí like shield me out on Roman Empire.
See, fascinating as well. Like, bhí mom is n-éisteoirí mom, so we'd be off on our travels. Like, I think I've said this many a time, we'd be so jealous of the families who went to Lanzarote for 2 weeks. Lanzarote. And is that good, Dublin, Lanzarote?
Sorry, that's just so prejudiced against people who go to Lanzarote.
I really feel it's the doves all go to Lanzarote.
Sorry, there's a flight from Lanzarote to Lanzarote from Shannon, and I'm telling you, anyone who's ever been to Porto del Carmen knows one thing, and that is that Lanzarote is coming down with Clare people. It's wall to wall Clare, wall to wall Clare people.
We'd be like, Mom,
Clare people don't go on holidays anywhere else. They love Lanzarote straight out from Shannon.
Say Lanzarote in a Clare accent.
Lanzarote.
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 Say the Limerick accent. Lanzarote.
Perfect.
I'm going to Lanzarote. I'm going to Lanzarote. Okay, back to my point. I was so jealous of all the Limerick people.
Because Louise was too busy being too cultured.
To Lanzarote.
Too cultured.
So this particular, Niamh and I actually were really laughing about this recently, right? Of Mom bringing us to France, and it was you I was telling this story to.
Yeah, it was me.
And we were like, Mom, come on, like, what are we going to learn here? And she was like, no, we must drive to this beautiful village called Lisieux. It's where Saint Therese is either buried or something.
Fuck me.
And imagine, so while all the the Clare kids are in Lanzarote swimming in the pool, like we were like,
snore.
You're going
to go see,
driving around Lisieux to
snore. Do you know where I was though? Nervy many Soga was.
Well, Pompeii was one of the trips actually.
Oh, was it?
So that
went to Italy. Yeah, you went to. We were at the Amalfi Coast.
Yeah, well, no, we went to Lanzarote we went to Pompeii from Rome. I remember we were at a wedding in Rome and you went down.
Yes. Well, you can't miss your grab Pompeii. I think everybody should see Pompeii once in their life. It's very VV cool. I'd actually love to go back. But nervy mission is like a chomh Order St. Glans or Chultimiala. It's a little French town actually in the south of France. Agus it was bombed by the Nazis. But dog there Dírich mar a visha trash an unsi dinach Aaron Mala. So they're human to treat like it's like a bombed site. There's a crazy like because it's on a glustein agus na ferganev agus there's Anna Himul mata spéisi genge is dar chugadanda is Anna fisa stara Asian. Now I feel like this could have been a bit of you. I don't know. That is Johan bonus in scale, of course, of how to be a history nerd. But surely be to God, young Louise took a notion that she was like Cleopatra-esque or something. There's just no way that wasn't up here.
Near Yenna star like Svanskull.
Other than Svanskull. She's not too. This is a Bunskull now, like basic star. Come on, surely.
Cade Fungade, I'd say Garev Shean, Cleopatra, the mummies, the whole shebang, it's Cuilum Shin. V Moon Thor, you see, Kilcornan National School had only 2 teachers in my time.
Okay.
So from juniors to second, we're all in the one room, and from third to sixth, we're all Ishomra Ella. So Visha Anna Vyogar Fadmer Skull. And I would go as far as to say, a lot of my primary school education, I remember walking around Curchase, which is a little forest that's near to where we're from, like picking up ants and looking at trees. And it was actually Tama Hero Leach, the Wadnius Far, Nama Star, August Yenis. I got actually an A in geography for my leaving cert. And a lot of it I will say is, now, did I learn maths and spellings in primary school? No, near Alum. But did we like randomly spend a lot of time last smaoineamh agus ag Jane of stuff crackáilta like sanádor? Yeah. And I don't know.
So you're saying you were a Steiner school hun before Steiner schools became a thing?
You know what? I shouldn't really be ag tuairt amach faoin a dachas a furas.
Yeah, all of you fuckers in Kilcornan.
But I feel like, you know, they did the best with the like there was 2 in my class, you know.
I'm calling you out now.
No. Mrs. Griffin was a great woman. I'll tell you what, I remember her putting a newt. Do you know what a newt is? A little newt.
Okay.
Right, into a Polly pocket and like killing it and putting it onto the nature table. And it was like, they put up the newt there and someone write underneath it, or newt, and you know. And it was just like, do you remember the nature tables?
Yeah. Board Dúlra.
Oh my God, our nature table was popping off. We had it all going on. But okay, Cleopatra and the mummies, like,
no, not a bit of you. I've always had a real go on.
Okay. We'll have
so you started off by saying no.
Well, I need to get this cleared if we can leave the story in, Orna. My neighbour Savala, get this for Celtic Tiger, right?
Go on.
Now,
tell me.
Her family bought an apartment in Egypt, in Cairo.
Oh, fuck me. That is peak Celtic Tiger.
Yeah, Yannick Shidorison in Cairo again. And it's Queenlum. She'd be over and back, Tutankhamun this, the pyramids that. And it was a great swimming in the Red Sea, floating in the Red Sea, and she used to come back gach Vlian, right, with all this Egyptian paraphernalia. And I feel like, you know, you'd be going to her house to play or whatever when you're to play when you're a savant skull, and she'd have all the Egyptian bits.
All the Egyptian bits.
You should have scrolls with the Egyptian writing. Agus rudaí mar sin de. But yeah,
I hear though Cairo náfachana yastal go chuna like apparently like tá sé just an counter timpeler to on the gnóthach agus urbach agus ní actually go astal chuna pyramids eskin. But yasam dul chuna the eskin. But okay vi rá sin vi Elizabeth Day rálam, my close personal friend Elizabeth Day, whose phone number I have, and sometimes we WhatsApp. Well, one time we WhatsApped. She wrote him that she
when Doireann is not being a history nerd, she's writing to Elizabeth Day.
Yes, and there that she went our cruise Team Blair Egypt.
The Nile,
the Nile for Trini Woodhall's birthday.
Wow,
she organised a little cruise. So there you go. When Louise hits the big time now, that's what she'll be at. She'll be organising.
I'll bring you all on a cruise down the Nile. So she didn't take my girlfriend Eve actually, but she lives close to.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
It's meant to be fab.
I'm also obsessed with like ancient Greek history.
No.
Actually, that is some glam shit. That is some glam. Yin my course actually are Greek philosophy lele COVID.
Yeah.
And handshake mortem.
Oh, Cade von Cade.
Yeah.
The Flurry Cantillon story, to bring it back to Ballyhigh that we were told, was the connection with the mermaids, this whole thing.
Yeah.
So like obviously in Greek mythology Poseidon was the god of the sea, and this whole Medusa and the connection there. So I during on honeymoon I read Medusa's story, and I thought Garev Shin Gadas. I think there's definitely something. I definitely have an interest. I would love to spend more time with like mythology, to read more about the mythology in Ireland that links us to the ocean and the sea, and how that maybe what the links are with it, because I know a lot of these stories are similar. I know in Greek mythology the story of the mermaids is a big one, Arish, you know, and the ocean, that I would love. Yeah, the sirens to learn more about.
Do you know, Thomas actually smaoineamh was ridiculous. 2 or 3 years out of full-time education now, and I'm actually smaoineamh dul rash chun course at University Greek mythology. Like diploma but I'm trying to find a course that would suit me. But anyway, what mátá aonbhfuil tíg na h'éisteoirí get involved, any good diplomas on Greek mythology, let me know. Or the Greek classics. Okay, this is to gauge really how much of a history nerd you are. Okay. And we'll put it on.
Can I surprise myself?
You could surprise yourself. You're good. You're great. Okay. So, if someone mentions if someone mentions the Easter Rising, do you nod politely, or do you go full leaving cert and start listing names, dates, and fun facts nobody asked for?
Do I nod politely? Well, I don't think I nod politely.
Oh, yes.
I mean, yep. Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Twas a oh, Lord. Irina Koska.
If anybody comes to the live show, you'll know the oh, Lord joke now.
If you were Doireann, if I was you, I think Jared would start to fizz and get into her position to go at
widen the legs.
You'd be.
Wait till I tell you.
Well, I tell you now that you bring it up. I suppose jeepers. It's been mentioned a few times in the Stra era ain't talking.
Yes, yeah.
I don't think I'd nod politely. No.
Okay, no,
Would
okay,
you?
fair enough. You'd have no, I wouldn't nod polite. I think you would have an enthusiastic response, being like, "Oh yeah, go on, tell me." But I don't think you're going to go slinging facts.
I'm not going to go slinging facts.
But you're bhfeicfimid sa chomh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, so I'm going to give you for that. I'm going to give you a good maybe. Somewhere in the middle, a cuic. Okay, you're a cuic. I've actually just decided I'm going to rate. I'm actually rating Louise out of 10 for her history. Okay. Is there any historical woman that you would like to go for a coffee with, or man, a historical figure that you'd like to go for a coffee with? Sorry, no pressure here, but I'm going to rate your answer out of 10 and to decide if you're a history nerd or not. So now, answer good.
Okay, so I feel like it needs, because you're saying that, like, it needs to be someone that's really. Oh, actually, I know.
She knows.
Yeah,
I know who it's going to be. Wait, let me just type this out to see if it's going to be.
My laptop's dead. Marv.
Okay, but no, okay. I've typed it out. I'll show you. Okay.
Jesus. And I'm going to suss out for once and for all, lads, what's going on in the Bible. I'm going to be like, well, our Lord. Jesus. Seamus. Cadéan Gael or Jesus. Isa. Christ.
Yeah.
Is that Isa?
Yeah, no, it's Isa.
Well, Isa.
Famously, it's actually Isa. Christ, yeah.
I would be like, well, Isa, do you like milk in your tea? We'd start there.
Yeah.
I suppose he would never have had much tea, would he?
No, I'd say not. But he would have had water and wine.
He'd have had water and wine. Do you know what? We would go for a gorge little charcuterie board and wine. You're dead right.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of fish, tuna, a bit of sardines.
Gorge. You love a fish platter.
Yeah, I love.
You love a fish platter.
We'd
This
have
is
a few
ideal
oysters.
date for you.
Absolutely. Jesus would be like, okay, Louise, your notions are a bit much, but I absolve you.
Yeah.
I hope you would.
You wouldn't be able to deal with the beard and the sandals, but anyway, but I should. Yeah. Okay.
Is that a good answer?
It was a funny answer. Here's a question. What does the H stand for in Jesus H Christ?
Holy.
Oh, is it?
Jesus H Christ.
Yeah, you know the way people are like, oh, Jesus H Christ.
I've never heard that in my life, Doireann.
Jesus. Well,
Jesus H Christ. Have you heard of that, Percy? What?
Jesus
what are you on about? Jesus H Christ.
Jesus H Christ. Hang on. Jesus.
Doireann, when?
H. Often okay, Jesus H Christ is a common American English explanation used to express the frustration, surprise, or annoyance. The H does not stand for the middle name, but rather originates from a misunderstanding of the Greek Christogram IHC or GHS, which was an abbreviation for the name of Jesus Christ. So there you go.
Okay.
It was an abbreviation gone wrong.
Okay.
That was a good answer. It was funny.
I bet you I know who you wrote down. You wrote down someone like fucking Coco Chanel or someone.
No, I wrote down Violet Gibson.
Oh, Annabelle.
Yeah, I thought you would have gone for Violet Gibson. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, now I suppose I did kind of.
No, fuck off! I have to score you on the answer you gave. So I'm giving you for that answer. It wasn't very original, okay, but it was funny.
Was it
funny.
Fictional?
You're sure who even knows if he's fucking real or not?
Don't say that about my pals.
I'll give you 6 for that.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Sorry, agus tú hain, like, who would you be going?
Sin cheist Anava.
Éire nach Uranus.
Yeah.
Gone out.
I think I would like to go for a coffee with maybe Roger Case, which was very handsome. But he was gay. He was gay, so that he'd be no use to me.
Oh, you want to ride them and drink coffee?
No,
with
I'm
them?
good. No.
Jesus, I was
no. But no, I think I'd go.
Isa.
I think I would go Roger Casement.
Okay.
Roger Casement. Yeah, he was a very interesting man and apparently a massive ride. So I'd love to see that with my own eyes. You know.
Well,
I'm a big Sean McDiarmid fan as well. There's loads of women that I
oh
would
my
have
God,
loved to
Ranagan Vertigo in far.
Oh my God, are we closet misogynists?
Oh, that's good, Donna. I know, because you know on Tain
No,
Vanna V or Intinagum genuinely was, and it's too recent history, was Dolores O'Riordan. I just would love to have met her for a pint.
Did I tell you Gerfúil Michelet Dolores O'Riordan? Are there mentioned Gael? Oh my God. So nar bhí mar níos óige. Bhí mar an bhóthar ó bhleachlaí go cúlé agus bhí mar stig sa lehras agus bhí mám a tuairtamach a bhí mar in petrol stations bhí mar stig sa lehras agus bhí mám a tuairtamach doing. Yeah, agus bhí she leartling an gaeilge agus an son hánig ban amach san lehras and she's like, oh, do you speak Irish to your kids? My mom's like, oh yeah, and she's like, oh my god, that's so cool, like I'm trying to learn Irish again and blah blah blah. And it was Dolores O'Riordan.
Wow.
And she didn't have úntasta go raibh Gaeling again, so cheap as go sin on yes.
Cúla scéal fuí sidebar, but I think you'll enjoy this during and it chuir sé does a gwifna them. Oh, yeah. I was like, this is the most Doireann coded scale I've ever heard. It was actually Brezzy telling me a story about Dolores O'Riordan and saying they were on a TV set like Kayla bio, right? Bhí siad ag tafad bio. Agus dúirt Dolores le linn na tafada. I can't be listening to this shite anymore. Agus dog she. Yeah,
Queen, unbelievable.
Agus dog she on set.
Oh, go on, Dolores.
But I was like,
Dolores agus Doireann, no time for your shit.
I tell you, double D's. It wouldn't surprise me if they're into Druidic conversion.
No, okay.
There you go.
Okay, Showcash now. Do you think being obsessed with family ancestry counts as being a history nerd? No. Unfortunately not. I mean, tá sim gomsa in mum family history chuma. I can trace back my family history like Jesus, generations and generations. But I don't. But I think we'll sim gacht in it because I think that you need a context to know where you came from, and that I think that's a really grounding presence to do with your self-identity and who you are as a person. And I think that's so. I think that's a part of like self and knowing who you are as opposed to being a history nerd.
Yeah, so you're like history is defined by big global moments,
or even social history, like what was life like in fucking Timbuktu in the 17th century.
I think you get a lot of social history from family records.
No, thank you, Article.
That's a big one, I think. It's funny. In small towns, I think as well. Yeah, in Ireland, even there's great stories that have lived on through generations of the bhfuil and the chat, and I think that's I'm intrigued by that side of Irish history.
Yes,
the scéalta.
That's very the ordinary human experience. Yeah. Okay. I need to give you one more cash now to see what I'm going to rate you out of 10 in terms of being a history nerd. Okay. Are you the type who goes to a museum when you're on holidays?
Do you know what? I love an art museum. Genuinely.
A gallery
I love Andy Warhol. I have had this thing le blianta because Yenis actually Ali, and I did art history for my leaving cert. Does that count as a star? He's very modern art, I know, but I just fell in love with the story and the scale of Andy Warhol and how he was as a person. So if I am in a city with the Museum of Modern Art that has an Andy Warhol, I will go.
You'll go.
So I've been to see his bits like in New York and San Francisco, in London, they were in Bualadh le déanaí. Or Cúpla Blino in, I suppose, the year I first moved up. So I don't know if that counts, if that's not a history museum, is it?
That's an art gallery. It's absolutely not a history museum.
That's an art gallery.
That's absolutely, two different things.
And then I suppose, of my own devices, probably not. Harna blianta le teagmháil, we've been to really class museums, obviously around the world.
But you're getting paid to participate, and you're sent there. So okay, so no, that's okay.
Can I tell you about my favourite museum I've ever been to?
Okay, go on to.
It's the Penis Museum in Reykjavik.
Oh jeez.
If you go to so these are all real animal penises that have been chopped off and stuffed up for you to see.
God, rotten.
So you can go in and see them in the real life and size, right? So like a whale's penis. Like
what?
Oh my god, yeah. And do you know that in the animal kingdom on duine an anamh leis an bod is lú.
Oh, Shahan duine, ba?
Yeah, on fire.
Yeah.
So like, it's very humbling. I was actually there, Shane O'Sullivan, shout out to Kerry Cowboy. He was like, I've never, he was like, I feel fair conscious walking around here.
Oh my god.
But quid the bodana are, it's Penis Museum Reykjavik, Mátátu Dulga Reykjavik, go on. That's kind of geography as well, isn't it? I don't know. Science? It's
science, yeah. Definitely not geography, okay. But it's science. Okay, so Louise, fágann to sin. So what's the answer to that? Zero. I can't give you any points for that. Okay, name me a history museum you've been to.
The National History Museum in Dublin.
When were you there?
Percy, why are you laughing? The National History Museum in Dublin. Like, I would go in for a cup of coffee.
That's a fucking lie.
No, it's not.
You're lying through your teeth.
I have been there.
No, lads, I'm sorry, she hasn't. She's lying.
No,
Okay.
I definitely have been to the National History Museum, but like not
At
recently.
some stage of her life, probably when you were in school, maybe, if we're being generous. Yeah. We'll go there now another day. We'll go there another day. We'll go for time for coffee. Yeah. Okay. So Louise, I'm giving you a 3 out of 10 in total for terms of being. No, actually, I'll be nice. I'll give you a 4 out of 10. I'll give you a 4 out of 10 for being a history nerd. Tá simagut.
And talk to me about all the history museums you were at now in Paris over the last month.
Well,
you're dead right to stay laughing here now.
Yeah.
As the mind frantically.
Do you know what I was doing in Paris, actually? And you'll enjoy this now. I'm such a history nerd in Paris. I was reading about the wild geese, and then I went and found all their graves in the graveyards and read up all about them and thoroughly researched the 1798 exiles of Erin.
I had a great graveyards you went to.
Yeah,
if we're playing graveyards,
I'll tell you what my
loophole.
I'll tell you what my favorite history museum actually of all time is, and I think that every person should go to see it in their life. I think it's really, really important. Is the museum in Derry for Bloody Sunday. I've never gone to a museum or a gallery or something that just moved me as much. I think it's so important for everybody to go. It's really excellent, and it's run by the local people and people who are involved, in the campaigns, the subsequent campaigns after Bloody Sunday. People who were affected by Bloody Sunday. Is really, really worthwhile going to that museum. I think it's really, really great. It's the best museum I've ever been to, and it's because it makes the history, the personal. It's Shan Sciel Parsonton Tahi Dtéann. Agus, tá sé anna bha. So the bhfuil sin gomór sin on museum is on to them.
Museum. Cén tanam Doireann it's called?
I think it's the Bogside Museum. Yeah, I think tá sé anna bha.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's how to be a history nerd. Well, I don't know, have we solved that? I suppose go to graveyards.
Yeah, I love a graveyard.
I wouldn't say. I like going to see graves. Be like, oh, this person that I've read about and that like I've imagined in my head, like, but beer though of agus táisiad and so agus so do you know what sometimes, and this is going to be a cute thing that actually we do on both sides of my family, is go to graves and play them a tune.
Oh, yes,
and I actually sang those lads a song. I've been made Dara Queen. We loved time we like sang them song. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Tasha, and now I'm going glúis seachtaine. You know what you think? Well, have glúis seachtaine. So dtéann is an artifact. There you go. Ray Stair is like a historical period. Fuinche is a source. Má tá tú in a bhrain taide or star.
Fianise is evidence. Tuchelt might be a dig. We're getting all our
Beg Louise Beg Louise agus sin meascán maithidar an tíolíocht agus an star that you know.
Oh my goodness, can you imagine me go? I always thought that was a real cool thing actually.
Really?
Of a gobbermer.
Yeah, Shandali. Yeah, sorry, Sin Cownella. Shandali is Cadén Beirlershin or archaeologist. Yeah, Shandali. Anna bhar fad Louise, Anna bhar fad en Yop nu Yock na seachtaine agat. Yop na seachtaine has got to be howtogael on Late Show.
Sinead, actually double Yop. Can we leave out the Yock and do a double Yock? Marialla's Gael on ain't going to come on. So Yop agus Yopparish, says you.
Yop a bleeding macas.
Yeah. And come here, if there's anyone in Lanzarote that wants to fly us over for a live show.
Yeah, there you go.
Flights from Shannon to Lanzarote.
Do you know there's a ballad singer in Lanzarote? Because being my Hishmahori in Lanzarote in Thamrafad, there's a ballad singer in Lanzarote who goes around the pubs and her name is Emer Ní Chlocan.
Stop it.
I swear to God.
Ain't relation.
No relation. She's from Tyrone, I think. But every now and then people will DM me being like, do you know this one? She's big in Lanzarote apparently.
Yeah.
She's big.
Not even on sale though.
I know. Singing Rebel. In another life, I'd have been on Lanzarote singing Rebel songs, playing tunes on my fiddle.
I tell you, a history nerd could never.
Would
there be enough history in Lanzarote?
No, there's sure. No, need Puing Star and Son, really. Well, Gevector Hunsa.
Well, it's a Tiro Leacht girls.
Yeah. It really is. And you could be, yeah. But anyway, Sinead Wenga and Tachtan Shah. Slán.